Yes, you're driving me crazy.
My father, Jack, has been a psychoanalyst for nearly 60 years. He's used to having tough conversations and listening to people talk about their lives. In 2013, I turned the tables and asked him to talk about his life.
My father was a dentist, met my mother in Winnipeg, and they married, and I was their only child. I had a certain gift as an athlete, so I played in the Sandlot baseball team. I was a first baseman. I frequently hit third or fourth in the lineup because I seemed to have a certain amount of power, and I was very pleased with myself. I also was an entertainer. I imitated Al Jolson and Danny Kaye and Nat King Cole, so I got paid a little bit of money for it. So I was living very well in this little Canadian city. So when I was about 10 years of age, I had 4 close friends that I grew up with, and I asked them all to tell me about themselves. And they did. And I kept doing that all the way through high school. And then I went to Winnipeg to go to pre-med and medical school. And when I was in general practice, a friend of mine lent me books by Freud. It made so much sense to me that I thought this is what I would like to do because it gives me a professional theoretical background for what I wanted to do. I had a mental breakdown when I was 25 following my father's death. I became a very withdrawn and sullen and depressive introvert. In my analysis, it came down to the fact that I was too close to my mother and too distant from my father. So I distanced myself from my mother as an attempt to heal myself. And I confess that by the time I had worked it out and I was ready to reunite with her, she had passed away. My loss and hers.
Can you tell us a little bit about the end of your mother's life?
A bad scene, just a bad scene. She came to Philadelphia to be with me, but she wasn't happy. And she stopped taking her medication that would have prevented her from getting a stroke, and she died.
Do you think that was a form of suicide?
Yes. Although I don't know how much she knew about what she was taking.
If I had my life to live over.
One of the things I've often thought about in my own life, as well as I often say to patients, is that if you have difficulty with your parents and you work them out, make sure you go back and reestablish connection to the family. You usually can't do this until you've worked out your feelings for them. But it's better that you can do that before they pass on. I regret the fact that I never did have a reunion with my mother and told her I was sorry for how I had treated her and I would have taken better care of her. I would have told my father that I would no longer accept the idea that he's not going to ask me questions and he's not going to talk to me because I'm going to talk to him. I didn't have a chance to do either with either one of them.
Talk a little bit about our relationship and where we've been over time.
You're the only person I know that has ever screamed at me. You know, you and I have come a long way. I didn't even know how far we had to go, but you knew, and you made sure I got there. I mean, you made sure that I heard what was going on, and what you were distressed with me about. And you made it such that although it was very painful when it happened, it was okay because afterwards you were able to reconnect with me. You know, and that was very important to me.
If I had my life to live over.
That was me, Debra, talking to my father, Jack, in 2013. At age 85, Jack is still practicing psychoanalysis and having difficult conversations with his adult daughter.
There's a place we call home.
Songs sung and recorded by Jack in Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan in 1953.
I'd meet you when school days were over and walk through the lanes that we knew. survive.